Hello guys, welcome back to I am Homoeopath, and our today's video is about how to study or how to approach to the subject of repertory. This is the most requested video because so many students don't have the clarity about how they should approach to this subject, how to start the study. So I hope this video will help you, and let's start with the video then. Before actually answering your questions, first I would like to clear some basic points or concepts about repertory subject, because if you don't know these few points about this subject, then you won't actually get any idea about the subject. These points are: firstly, the repertory does not give you the exact remedy that you have to prescribe. Repertory helps you get the idea about different remedies that are closely related to the totality of the specific case. Now, what does this mean? This means that the process of repertorization helps you get group of remedies for its given totality, from which you can select one remedy based on the knowledge of your materia medica. This final selection is done on the basis of individualization. So this means you need the knowledge of materia medica for final selection of the remedy, and the final selection of remedy is not the result of repertorization. Okay, so the next is, not a single repertory is complete in all sense so that you can use it for all your cases. This means every repertory has its own limitations. Like for example, in therapeutic pocket book, mind section has very less number of mental symptoms. There are only 36 number of rubrics covered in 8 pages. On the other hand, Kane's repertory has large section of mind. That is why Kane's repertory is the most preferred one for mental journals. So this is one of the example, but there is no single repertory that is available that fulfills all the criteria for us to use it. Because of this reason, we have to use different repertories for different purpose or cases. Like for example, for mental journals, we can use Kent's repertory. For physical journals, the most preferred repertory is Bonninghausen's repertory. For pathological journals, the most preferred one is Bogor's repertory. And for particular symptoms, different regional repertories can be used. This way, we have to select the repertory that is most suitable for the type of case or its symptoms. Alright, then the third and last point is, every repertory is constructed differently according to its author. That is, every repertory has its own philosophical background, construction, advantages and limitations. But as we discussed earlier, if we have to use different repertories, then we must know that how every repertory is constructed, what is given in each repertory by that particular philosopher. We first have to know what it is given in each repertory before we use them. Now let's understand first that repertory has two aspects. First one is theoretical use and second is practical or clinical use. First is theoretical use. First we will see the theoretical use, or you can say, why is it important to study the theory of repertory when we know that it is used clinically for practical work, that is repertorization. As I said earlier, that we have to select the repertory that we have to use for a given case. And for the selection of the repertory that is useful, you first need to know what it contains, what are its advantages, and what are its limitations, its construction. Without knowing this, you won't be able to use the repertory properly. And that is why you must know and study the construction and philosophical background of the repertory first, its advantages, its limitations, its gradation of remedies, and its sections, how they are arranged, and all of that. And let me remind you this, that repertory is there to help you save the time and not to complicate your work. So the answer to the question is, in order to be able to choose and select the repertory that we have to use for repertorization, we must first know its construction, philosophical background, and all of that. That is why we need to study its theory first, and then we can apply this knowledge for the clinical or practical work of repertorization. I hope now you know why you have to study the theory. Then the next question is which books to use and what it contains. The repertory books that we use for theory are, for example, Dr. Tiwari's Book of Repertory and Dr. Khanna's Book of Repertory. There can be many others, but these two that we used to use in our college. These books we use for theory preparation and for exams. And the repertories are different. For example, Kane's repertory, therapeutic pocket book, Boninghaussen's repertory, Boger's repertory. These we use for actual work of repertorization. The theory books provide you all the things that I said earlier, everything that you need to know about the repertory before using it. Then the practical use or clinical use of repertory is that you already know. It is getting the group of remedies that is closely matching the totality of that case. Okay, so lastly, to summarize the video, my suggestion is that at first, as a student, try to learn or try to know about what is there in every repertory, how the repertories are constructed. That is, first study the construction, philosophical background, advantages, limitations of every repertory. Most importantly, study the therapeutic pocket book, TPB, Kane's repertory and BBCR first, because these are the most frequently used repertories, and then go for the other repertories such as Boger's repertory, card repertory, regional repertories. Once you know the theory, you can use it for searching rubrics and you can do repertorization easily on your own. And don't worry if you don't get it in the first place, keep on practicing it, you will improve with practice. So that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope that I made you understand this whole thing, as it seems a bit confusing. But I really hope that I made it simplified for you to understand it. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the like button and let me know if you have liked the video, as your comments inspire me to make more of such videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and see you soon with the next one.